Welcome to today's video, everybody. This is my second video for 2025. And if you watched my video last week, I told y'all that I was going to refresh my home for the new year. And what I say by refresh is I'm going to go through room by room and I'm going to switch out some of the home decor and some of the paint colors and the fixtures and things in my home. And I'm going to go from more of a country rustic farmhouse look, which is my style of home currently, to more of a French country style. Today's video is going to be a series of videos because I want to just bring y'all along through the process of an area in our home down on the lower level, and it is our laundry room and our guest bathroom. You can see this area from our sitting area that is in front of our wood burning stove. So every morning when we're drinking coffee or sitting in this area, we look out at this area, a lot. And when we first moved in this home, we just put down some really cheap peel and stick tile. We threw some paint on the wall just to be able to get in this home. Well, 7, 8 years later, it still looks the same. So now I want to go through and I have a vision, and I'm going to show y'all all my Pinterest inspired, plans that I have for this space. But I'm going to show you what I've done so far. But I also want to bring y'all along and do this in episodes because I want to show y'all where, what point I get to. But I also want y'all to give me your advice if you have experiences in painting and redoing an area like I'm doing. If you have any kind of advice or tips or ideas, I want y'all to, give them to me, share them, because that's how we learn. And if you've already done some of these things, maybe made mistakes or learned shortcuts, I'd love to hear them. So we're going to get started in today's video on the process of refreshing these two rooms and go more of a French country style. The first thing I did while planning the way that I want to restyle these two rooms is I went out to Pinterest. All of these are Pinterest inspired images. I want to paint the bathroom cabinets. I want to do a darker color on them. Currently, I've painted them white. They have held up through the years, but they are really dirty and they need a refresh. So we're going to go with the beautiful color of paint similar to this. And in today's video, I'm going to show y'all the painting process of the cabinets and what they look like. I'm going to go with some gold hardware. I'm going to look for a mirror, and I'm also going to shop around and get some sconces for the flooring, because I feel like when you look through those two rooms, the flooring is really going to be the key factor. I love this. This is kind of a Italian marble inspired. These are peel and stick tiles. So that is what we're going to go with. It'll be easy for us to apply it, but also it'll be budget friendly. So these are my inspiration pictures, but I absolutely love these peel and stick tiles. Now I just want to show you, if you go out and you purchase new vanities, they can run up into thousands of dollars. This is what we've got to work with right here. This was in the original home. When it was built, this is what was put in here, and it was a red cherry color. So like I told y'all a few years ago, I painted the countertop just to make it work and just do a DIY on it and be budget friendly. And I also chalk painted the cabinets. It's held up through the years, but now there is some chipping. It's dirty, it's worn, and there is this outdated very large wall mirror. I did detail those out with some shutters just to cut down on so much mirror. So I'm going to show y'all how we're going to go about, and we're going to start to tackle this area here, and we are totally going to transform it, and we're going to turn it, we are going to try to turn it into more of a French country thing. Now the first thing I want to do is I want to paint these cabinets. Now, I don't know if I'm going to go in the correct order, but I'm trying to do things while Ben is at work. I don't know if y'all know, but back in April of 2024, Ben went back to work at his full-time position. So he is only here to help me really on weekends. So while he's at work, I am, just trying to do things on my own and do things that I can do. So I can definitely paint. So you can see, we'll tackle the countertop later. So kind of giving you an overview of what this bathroom looks like, because it's a small room, so it's kind of hard to get in there and get it all in one shot. But you can just kind of see we've just DIY'd a lot of these projects throughout the years just to get us by. But now it is time for a refresh. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go through and I'm going to remove all the hardware on all the drawers. And these were just put on with some screws, so they were really easy to take off. But look how dirty these cabinets are. You don't realize how dirty and worn things get until you really get to, thinking about a refresh and getting up real close with some good light. Look at this. But I'm just going to take this Greene scrub sponge, and I took some of that pink stuff cleaner that I got at Dollar Tree, and I just saturated my sponge with it really well, and I went over the whole cabinet really well and scrubbed off as much of that dirt and grime that I could get off. It also pulled some of the paint off too. So, but now you can see we've got some fresh cabinets ready to be painted. The hardware is removed and we gave it a good cleaning. So we have prepped our surface, and I took the doors off years ago and just made this an open cubby that I have a big wicker basket in, and I just put some towels down there. So we will paint that area also. Here's the paint that I'm going to go with, y'all. This is a Fusion mineral paint. The color is Wellington. This paint has a primer and a sealer in it, so it is great for areas like this. So if you've got a bathroom or, furniture, this paint, I highly recommend it, and it applies really well. So I think I did, 2 good layers. Some areas I may have went over and touched up with a 3rd layer, but this is a good quality paint, so it adheres really well and it gives really good coverage. Now, I'm a roller type person. A lot of people like Ben, he loves to use a paintbrush, but I love to get my roller out and I love to roll my paint on. So that's what I'm doing. As much of the area that I can get on the drawers and inside that cabinet, I'm using my roller. And you can see just how easy and pretty this paint is already looking. Now this is going to be a drastic transformation because y'all know I love a lot of whites and a lot of neutrals, but I love how this really beautiful, elegant gray looks, and that's what I'm going for. I'm going more for an elegant look. So this is the first layer. We'll let it dry, and then we'll go back over it and give it a 2nd layer, and it's really all going to start to come together, and it's really starting to look beautiful already. Now to get in some of these little smaller areas, I just used a craft brush. I think I got this at Walmart, but this worked really good on some of the sides for my drawers, and then also, across the top, just in some of the slimmer areas where my roller couldn't get. That's the little brush that I used. Now this area right here, like I told y'all, this was inside the cabinet and it had 2 doors on it, back in the day. I took the doors off and I just have always used it more as an open area. And I have a huge wicker basket down there that I can use for storage, and I put some towels down there so that camouflages the plumbing so you don't see it. But I think it looks prettier without the doors. Now here it is. Look at the beautiful application of this paint. Y'all, I absolutely love this. Now I did go back in some of the areas like I told y'all and gave it a 3rd coat, but just about all the areas just took about 2 layers. Now I went over all the front of the drawers and all the areas where I painted, and I went over it with some clear wax with a soft cloth. Just take some clear wax and use a very soft cloth. I think this is a piece of a t-shirt, and just go over, and you can do this, put 1 application or a couple of applications of this on, and this will really seal in your paint and protect it. The next thing we want to address is this huge cabinet that we've got on the wall above the toilet. We put this in when we remodeled our kitchen. We took down all of our upper cabinets in our kitchen and did open shelving. Instead of just throwing this away, I told Ben, I was like, go stick this up in the guest bathroom and we'll use it for storage. So it has been up there. It's bulky and, it has served its purpose. But now let's take that down, because I've got other plans for this area and I've got some better ideas that we can implement over here in this area. I'm thinking about getting putting up some open shelving, and that way we will still have it. It can be functional, that we can put some storage baskets up there and store some extra items in, or we can also add some home decor to it. So we are going to take this big bulky cabinet down. He had just put it on the wall with some screws, so he just took the screws out. Now let's say goodbye to this big bulky cabinet. The next thing we worked on was taking down this huge mirror. Now, I don't know what they were thinking back in the day when they put these big walled mirrors up, because who needs this big of a mirror? And, these things just scream, I'm outdated. So we weren't sure how hard this was going to be to take this down. Is it glued to the wall? Is it just up with the clips? But the first thing Ben did was he just removed those shutters that we had put on each side of the mirror. I did a DIY video a few years ago up on my channel of when I, updated this bathroom to look the way it is now. But, it is, like I say, it has served its purpose, and now we are ready for something new and something totally different. So we took the shutters down, and now we are going to address this huge mirror. And let me know if y'all have ever removed one of these really large mirrors. They are intimidating, and if I knew it was as easy to remove as it was, I probably would have done this a long time ago. But we just kind of put it off because, like I say, we thought it might be attached to the wall and pull some of the sheetrock off. But it wasn't attached to anything. It was just being held on with these clips. So this right here probably took us 5 minutes. This was probably the easiest part of this whole project. But I think there was 6 clips, 3 in the top and 3 in the bottom. So he just took his drill and removed the screws, and you can just see how easy it is to lift this mirror right up. Now y'all are about to be devastated with what was behind that mirror. Y'all, that Kermit Greene paint was what was originally in the house when we purchased it. Now, I'm not sure what the original owners were thinking with that. I don't know. It's what we call Kermit Greene paint. But we are definitely going to have fun picking out a brand new paint color for these 2 rooms. Look how pretty the cabinets look. And Ben noticed when he took the mirror down that they had some painter's tape. It looked like a big hole in the wall. So he is going to address that later on. But bye-bye big outdated mirror. Now, we got some snow in Alabama, so during our snow day, while we were snowed in, we decided to go ahead and start tackling this floor. Now, we've got peel and stick in the laundry room, and it meets up to this ceramic tile that was already in the bath. So the first thing we're going to do is we took the door down, and we're going to store it over there by the refrigerator. Now, this ceramic tile was a job. When we first got started, I thought this was going to take us all day. This was a slow process, but I think it's like anything else. Just getting started is the hardest part. But once we got started, we got kind of in the groove, and we kind of figured out what tools to use and what method worked the best. Ben used that chisel, and he would get the chisel and chisel up under the tile as far as he could go, and sometimes we would get really lucky and get a really big piece. So we really cheered when we got a big piece like this, because this is a small area, thank goodness. So it's not going to be really hard to do, but it was a little bit of time consuming. I think it took us about 3 to 4 hours. Before we went any further on removing the ceramic tile off the floor was we had to remove the toilet. Now we are going to dispose of this one, and we're going to put in a brand new toilet during our transformation. So we're going to go back to work now, just removing the tile, and this is the best method that we found. He just used that chisel. He worked it up under most of the tile with his sledgehammer, and that worked the best. So we're just going to continue working on this floor, and eventually we will get it done, and we will have a clean surface that is ready for new flooring. In the next episode of this bathroom and laundry room renovation, I'm going to show y'all the paint color that we chose. I'm also going to show y'all the flooring that we purchased. So y'all stick around, because this journey is going to be, I don't know, it is so fun and exciting to me, because I've waited, I felt like a long time to transform these rooms, and now I want my dream to come to reality, and we're going to make it come to life. I hope y'all enjoyed seeing the process that we've made on this area so far. And like I told y'all at the first of the video, if y'all have any, things to share or any tips, advice, or any experiences that you've gone through with a process like this, please let us know, because that's how we learn, and I would love to hear them. So, and another thing I wanted to tell y'all, and I'm going to put some footage and some pictures in for y'all to enjoy, but we got a snow, what they call a snowstorm. And for us here in Alabama, we don't get a lot of snow, so if we get any snow, we usually call it a snowstorm. But we got about 4 to 6 inches. So, but it is all starting to melt away today. Everybody went back to work and to school. But over the weekend, we got a couple of, snowed in days to where we could kind of just stay in, make some, warm soups to eat, and it was a lot of fun. A lot of people got out, made snowmen and sledded, and so that was a real treat for us. So leave me a comment down below, let me know what your weather is like. And y'all, I am not a winter person. I love spring and summer, so I am counting down the days to spring. And I think the first day of spring is March the 20th. So I hope y'all enjoyed the video today. And until the next one, I hope all of y'all have a great week, and I'll plan to see y'all next week. Bye, y'all.